Hello, in this video I would like to show how I'm using Codex to program my little website. It's called Piano Note Practice, where, well, the idea is that you can practice reading the notes on the staff and you can play them. This current version has a microphone option so that you can activate your microphone and it will listen to the microphone. It will sample the sound and it will check whether I'm pressing the note, and if I am, it will recognize the frequency and it will play the note, and then the website will check if the note played matches the one on the staff, and if it does, it will move forward. Currently, in today's video, I want to implement a preset for the sequence. So there are two modes. One is random, where the program selects a random sequence of notes, and I just need to play them. But I can also import a sequence, and I can play a song. And this is what I want to do today, that I want to add a list of presets of like kindergarten songs that I can use to practice. So the structure looks like this. I keep everything in separate files. It is not one big file. It is using separate files so that it is more readable for Codex and as well for me. It is pure vanilla JavaScript. I'm not using any libraries, I'm not using any development like build tools, nothing like this. It is pure JavaScript. Everything that you see here is pure JavaScript. The staff node is drawn by JavaScript. The staff itself, the nodes, everything has its own script, and I'm adding a presets folder where I have the songs that I want to implement. I have created those files as an example for Codex so that it will read them. Alongside them, it will create the JavaScript that will handle the import of a song, and I have prepared like as much information as I can for Codex so that I can just throw one prompt and it will generate everything that I want. I have spent a lot of time preparing this. It's not like I wake up in the morning and I say, oh, let's implement an import, sequence import, like presets, and I just write a prompt and that's it. I actually think how I would implement it myself if I had the skills, and I describe everything that I want. It is not like one sentence. So this is how I want the song file to look. It will be an export of the like JSON structure. Each song will have a file like this. Then in the pop-up window, this one, I want it to look like this. So we have the import sequence, and there will be a select menu of preset. Once you select the preset, the script will populate the sequence text area. And here we have the validation. So for example, if there's an error, it says that there's no key, like FE4. And there is alongside the songs there will be a main index file that will import all the songs, and then it will send the songs to the main import window pop-up handler. Like I said, everything is like a small file, and the files have to cooperate with each other. I don't want one huge file, because it takes tokens to read unnecessary files. So for example, it should not read microphone.js, which is actually a pretty big file, but I hope the Codex will not read this file. So this is what I want the index to look like. So we will import all the songs, we'll make a list, and then the main program can just load this list from this index like this. And here's the prompt. The prompt is AI generated. It concludes everything that I have discussed with it. So in the directory, in the main directory, I have agents.md, which describes like how the Codex should behave, and I have spec.md that describes all the specifications around the website that the Codex should follow. So in this spec, I have like written that it should not use any external tools for the code generation. Do not use frameworks, UI libraries, music notation libraries, and stuff like this. Cookies, there are no cookies. We are using local storage instead of cookies. So, for example, I can write something here like this. I can actually close this website, and it is saved in my local storage, so I can continue playing it after like I close the website. Future idea is that I want to make my own savable presets, not just the one I provide, but the user can save their own presets of the songs, because I cannot publicly like write notes of many songs that are still copyrighted. Like the songs I am giving as a preset are all public domain, or like songs that like folk songs and stuff like this, because I don't want any like trouble with the copyright, like hassle, not really trouble but hassle. So a user can make the notes himself, and then he can save like a popular song, and then he can practice it with this website. Of course, there's only the left hand stuff, right? There's no clef, but I mean, it is just a beginner practice website, so it does the thing it's supposed to do. Okay, so in the prompt we have the main goal. I give it the instructions of what it should do beforehand. Before it even starts coding, I want it to read all the markdown files, which are like 2, right? Maybe I should not write all, because there's like no, license is not MD. That AI development log is like not necessary. README is necessary because I want Codex to later update the README. of I want update the spec, and I want update the readme, because there's like it says that future ideas, larger repertoire, examples. So this should change because we already have examples. We will be having examples. Important project constraints is just like a repetition of spec.md. I want this to be simple. The goal is to build a preset for import sequence dialog window. This is the interaction that I describe. So everything is very easy for the script to like cooperate. Like I said, when I start the microphone, it it doesn't do any voodoo. It just recognizes the sound that I'm playing from frequency, and if it recognizes, it doesn't do anything except press the according keyboard key, and that's it. And that's all the that's the whole job that the microphone has to do. And then when the key is pressed, a separate original script checks if that pressed key matches the note on the staff. So microphone and key is separate from key and the staff, and I like that because also autoplay just plays it plays the key via JavaScript event. Like just it says like, all right, the note is E5, press the E5, and it presses it, and that's it. The other part of the website checks if E5 is then correct, if it matches the note on the staff. Sorry about my English. So we have some constraints still. This is the layout I would like, the one I showed in the pop-up window. Yeah, don't implement anything crazy. This is the structure of the file of the directory tree. I think it makes sense. I think it's well organized. At first I was afraid that because each song is a file, then if we have like 50 files, like 50 songs, there will be 50 files, and the user will have to download 50 files every time it connects to the website. I thought there would be like a huge HTTP overhead, like because of the headers and stuff, but those files are really small, and well, for the time being, there's no need to optimize it that much. Also, from the talk I've been having with ChatGPT, it seems like modern HTTP servers can send files in bulk, so that if, like, for example, I request those files, like 50 of them, it can actually send like 50 of them with reduced HTTP headers. At least that's what the GPT told me. So, and I want the songs to be a separate file, because if in the future I have many songs, the index or like presets.js will be quite a big file, and I don't want ChatGPT to read that file unnecessarily, because when it works with the files, it is not needed to read the song content, right? It is also better for Git because if I had like, I don't know, like 20 songs, and each song is like, I don't know, like 20 lines, it's going to sum up to a lot of lines. And then when I want to change something, I don't want conflicts. Maybe I will change in multiple lines and something like this. I don't want any conflicts. Like, it's just simple for me. This says about not messing up with English and Polish words. Yeah, eager loading is intentional. I don't want lazy loading because I don't want to duplicate the names of the songs. So if I wanted to make the lazy loading of the sequence, I would need to have the song name in the select menu because it has to have it, right? And then when the user selects a song, it downloads like a 20 or 10 kilobytes of a JS, and it loads the sequence. So there's like duplication of song name. And when I change a song or add a song, I just want to add like 2 lines, like not even 2 lines, right? I'm going to add a song.js, and then I'm going to add 1 line in index file, and that's it. I don't want to add another song name in the import pop-up window because I'm doing a lazy loading, because the name has to come from somewhere, right? So I'm just downloading the files as it goes so that I can display the names correctly without any like duplication of the names. Yeah, I will delete the text files myself. Blah blah blah. How the preset selection should behave. Yeah, and then we are like at documentation. It has to change the spec to reflect that there is that preset thing, and it also has to change the readme so that the user coming to the GitHub page can see that we have like presets of songs. Yeah, and it should not make a commit. This is specifically set because of what I'm going to do in a moment. I want to be the one that makes the commits because I want to like check the files it changed. Alright, so I'm going to copy that, and now I'm going to show the settings of Codex that I'm using and why I'm using them. So I'm going to use Codex with YOLO, and it is because I don't want to approve every like program that Codex wants to run on my machine. I purposely am using a separate user on the system. This is my normal user. This is just for Codex, and the home directory is like empty. It has restricted access to my home directory, so I'm using YOLO so that I don't need to approve everything that it does, and it will do a lot of stuff. It will open the Python server. It will open Chromium in a headless mode to check the layout. It will do a lot of stuff, and I don't want to approve all of them because it prolongs the the coding of Codex, right? And I would like to explain why I'm using the model I'm using. So I'm using the 5.6 Sol currently. It is like the top tier, right? But I'm using high. I'm not using extra high or more reasoning. I could, because I'm not using my ChatGPT Plus quota for anything else, just for this project. So I could, but ChatGPT suggested me not to, and the reason is that high is already good. Extra high might use more reasoning unnecessarily, because this is not like too advanced website. I want to say program, but this is not a too advanced website. And also I didn't want to lose information because of high reasoning, because if I like did more reasoning, there's still like a frame of context, a window of context that the GPT has, the Codex has. And while reasoning a lot, I don't want it to lose information that it got at the very beginning. So I keep it on high, so that it doesn't lose the information I provide at the beginning. Alright, so I'm just going to copy that. Now, I'm not going to pause this video because I want to show everything that it does. But if you want to skip this process, I will put the time in the description to skip it. Okay, so we are in the correct directory. I think everything that I wanted it to know is written here. So yeah, good luck. Alright, so we can check how it works. Nice. Okay. Nice. I don't see why unrelated Polish anthem. What? A small mistake from my side. Alright, so it works. Nice. Yeah, we do not have the example sequence anymore. There's something I wanted to say, but I've already forgot. I wanted to say something while it was compiling. Yeah, I wanted to say that I'm starting new chat every time I have like a new function. At first I was using the previous chat, thinking that it knows all the context, it has the history of what it did, and maybe it will be better. But actually that massively increased the amount of tokens it had to work with unnecessarily. Like, I don't really care about tokens because I'm just doing this website once in like once every 2 weeks. So the quota I have is not a problem, but it is better to just start a new chat and make the codex go through all the files or all the necessary files, and then it will like continue working from what it read from the files. That's why we have a git log, that's why we have the spec and the agent, so that it doesn't need to like keep a 200,000 token history. It just can read the all necessary information from those files, and it will like know what to do. Okay. Yeah, I think it does the job. And done. I hope. Larger. So it didn't change larger repertoire examples. Well, I think that's true, but he will have a new section. The screenshot is outdated, but it's okay. Okay. Right. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I don't know if it helps anyone, but that's how Codex works. That's how I work with Codex, and have a nice day. Bye.